Holla and welcome to today's plantparts.co.uk video. Today we're going to change an immersion heater. It's going to be amazing. So if you follow my steps you'll be fine and you won't have any trouble at all. So let's go. Right, so the immersion heater we are changing today is on an economy 7 tank, which means it has two immersion heaters, the top one being the boost and the bottom one being the night setback. Unfortunately today we're going to be taking off the night setback one, which means we're going to have to drain this whole tank down before we can do any work. Firstly, turn off the water supply. Now we isolate the electrical supply, so what you do is find where the immersion heater switches off, turn it off, take the cap off the immersion heater and using a pair of electrical testers make sure that the power supply is turned off and it is dead. Make sure one side of your tester is to earth and you test every other terminal on the immersion, and that is completely dead now. Now that we know the immersion is turned off, we can drain it down. If you see this here, this is the drain off. We're going to put our hose on that, take the hose outside, open up this valve, go and have a cup of tea while this is all draining down because it's going to take a good 10 or 15 minutes. Don't be surprised if the drain off leaks, they often do when they're really old, so we've got our towel under there anyway. Here's our new immersion heater. We'll just quickly remove the packaging. A small set of instructions, put these to one side, they'll tell you how to connect it electrically later on. And a small fabric seal that seals up this flat here with the flat on the tank. Often what I do at this point is I'll pop a bit of PTFE tape around the thread itself, and also you should find jointing compound or even better copper slip. After I put a little bit of PTFE on the thread, I'm going to put some jointing compound on this fabric washer here. Just get it all over it, completely smear it. And that will help you get a really good seal. Now pop that on the immersion heater and push it right down. Do this carefully because you can rip these fabric washers in half. Do the same again and get loads of compound on here. Now just as an extra precaution, you can do this if you like, just get some PTFE tape and get that wrapped around on the thread itself. Now we've got this prepared, all we need to do is wait for the tank to drain down and then we can set about removing the old immersion heater. This bit will be difficult, but persevere, and if you go nice and slowly you'll be great. The next small tip I have is now you've got this prepared, while the tank's still draining down, go back to the immersion heater, remove the wires and just loosen it off while there's still some water in the tank, because the water in the tank will help to stabilise the copper wall of the tank itself. If there's no water in there, you could end up ripping the whole flange out of the tank and getting yourself a whole new tank, and you don't want that to happen. That is a constant risk while trying to remove these. So if you loosen it off while there's water in the tank, it will still be nice and stable, and with any luck you won't rip the flange off. Let's have a go at that. First you remove these wire clamps to free up the wire. Remove the neutral, remove the live, then using a small adjustable, remove the earth wire. For this part you are going to need some specialist tools made specifically for removing immersion heaters. This is an immersion heater spanner. This is just one type. I've got another type here, and if I really need it I've also got a nice big pair of grips that can grab it as well. So let's get this old immersion heater loosened off, and then once the hose stops we can actually fully remove it. So we put a towel along the bottom here, just down here to get any water that might come out. Pop our immersion spanner on, make sure it's fully home. And then get my large pair of grips and turn that anti-clockwise to just loosen it off a little bit. I mean, that was tough. That pretty much took all my strength just to loosen it off. So apply yourself properly, prepare properly, and you will be able to loosen it off. Just be really careful. If you feel that it's starting to buckle, just stop, re-jig up the whole job and then try again, okay? But just take it easy, apply yourself, and it'll be okay. So now we've loosened it off, we just need to wait for the tank to fully drain down, and then we can properly whip it out and pop the new one in and connect that up. Right, I'm back. The tank has stopped draining now, so it's indicated that it's completely fully drained down. So now we're going to fully remove the immersion heater and get on with the job. Right, so there we are, the old busted immersion is out. Now's a good time to look through the hole and actually see if there's any scale in there. Try and get that out if you're on doing a bottom outlet one. Otherwise, if you're at a top outlet one, you're not going to be able to do that. So now we can pop the new one in, wire it up and get it all up and running. So here's our new one ready to go in. So pop it in like this, offer it up to the hole and screw it in. Just do this nice and lightly. If you feel any kind of unknown resistance, that means you've probably crossed the thread. So just whip back as soon as you can, wait for the thread to click, and then start screwing it top wires up again. Once you're in there a bit further, just carry on tightening up with your socket. Just tighten that up and just nip it up lightly for now. Now you've done that part there and you've tightened it up lightly, open up all the hot water taps and then turn the cold water supply back on. Once that's all filled up and you've got water coming out of the hot water taps, you can test for leaks. If there's no leaks, we can then wire it up, turn it all back on, and hopefully we'll get hot water in about an hour or two. I mean, turn the drain off, tighten that up, but leave your hose on just in case you've got any troubles. Turn the cold water supply back on. And then after you have water coming out of your taps, you can then test for leaks. Now we've got water coming out of the taps, there's no leaks, and so that means we can now connect up the electrics and get everything heated up and make sure everything's working fine. So unscrew the small cap on the top. So using a slotted screwdriver, I'm going to connect my live to this side of the thermostat, my earth to the earth pole here, and my neutral to this screw just on here. And all of them are going to get clamped into this little clamp there, so it can't be pulled out accidentally after I've gone. Just like that. So you've got your live in here, the earth on that pole there, and our neutral there, and it's all nicely connected. So you pop the cover back on, do the little screw up. Now we've got the electrics back in, the cover on, there's no leaks, we can turn the electrics back on. And then hopefully about an hour or two you should notice it's getting hot. Remember, if you've done the Economy 7 immersion heater, it won't be getting hot until the evening, and there's no way you can override that clock. So there we go, we've changed the immersion heater on the tank successfully, there's no leaks, it's getting hot and everything seems to be okay. If you think we've missed anything or you think we could do anything better, do let us know, and as ever, favourite and subscribe. If you need any more information, visit our website at plumberparts.co.uk. I hope you have a lovely time and I'll speak to you soon. Hold tight. Plumberparts.co.uk. Honest reviews and advice.